left hole location, so it trickles by 30 feet or so, right edge of the green for Colin Morikawa, who's trying to make up some ground, 2 under today. By the way, coming up for him to wrap up the front 9, he has birdied the par 3 ninth, that difficult par 3 ninth, every round so far this week. Keep an eye on that. No one's ever birdied it all 4 days at the Tour Championship. Part of a great week and a great season for the PGA champ Colin Morikawa.
At the 9th, Rory McIlroy putting from outside of 20 feet, back down to the hole, and the ball trickles past the hole on the left. Rory McIlroy is going to probably make that. We won't be able to give it to him, but he's got inside of 3 feet to stay at 9 under par as he heads to the final 9 holes of the season.
Yeah, and this season coming to a close today after the 91-day shutdown, the return to play in mid-June, and we're wrapping things up on a gorgeous day, Monday, Labor Day finish in Atlanta, Bill.
Xander Schauffele, as you guys called, made it in that bunker about 50 yards short of the green. Now here comes his third shot at the par 5 6th, and that landed about maybe 25, 30 feet short of the cup and then spun backwards, so further away. That's going to be a long birdie try for Schauffele, who is 5 under on the par. There's only 2 par 5s on the golf course, and he's 5 under on the par 5s this week. He's going to be scrambling to make one here.
And Justin Thomas putting some heat on DJ. The lead is down to 4 again. Dustin Johnson's going to have to get up and down at that par 5 to tack on another birdie in 60 seconds. Par for Dustin Johnson, keeping his distance, but Mark McCumber, all the chase back. Justin Thomas, Xander Schauffele, John Rahm, Colin Morikawa, they're, all 2, 3 under par as well. The lead's been cut to 4 by Justin Thomas, so they're doing what they need to do to try to reel him in today.
Now, that's very true, Earl. It's interesting in golf. We're not really playing against another individual. You're playing yourself against the course. And Justin Thomas is making a move. If DJ responds with a birdie and is also 3 under through his first 6, it kind of takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails of Justin Thomas, because it's like, hey, I'm 3 under. I birdied every other hole, and I'm not picked up any ground. So DJ really does want to get this up and down, for more reasons than just to maintain the 5-shot lead, to kind of send a statement to all these guys behind him who are playing well.
And that ball trickled over, and it's nestled down a little bit in that tough rough, Bill.
Yeah, it is really down in there. I walked up a foot away and couldn't see it. Just pops it on the green. This lands and goes to the cup and just goes by on the left. That's a nice touch. He had 19 feet from that spot in the rough, and he's going to have, in the 3-foot range, a slightly uphill putt for birdie. Well done by DJ.
That was outstanding. And for those listening, he was only a couple feet off the green. He had to take a fairly big swing, and it was hit like a bunker shot. The sand wedge, or the 60-degree wedge, was laid all the way open, and the club slides underneath. It sends the ball up. And then the gravity of the slope in the green took it right down to the hole. That was really impressive.
7th hole now up to Doug Bell.
On the green at number 7, Colin Morikawa. Birdie look of 29 feet away. Hole cut in the left front portion of the screen. He's over in the right front portion of the green. Green really tilts from back to front, so this will break from right to left. Morikawa slowly back with a putter, and now sends the birdie shot on the way and into the hole. He rammed it home. Oh my, that was a Shaquille O'Neal break the backboard. And Colin Morikawa goes to 15 under par. Wow, he hit that with some authority.
Oh, I'll tell you what, stealing a thought from a friend of mine, he said this kid might turn into something. My goodness, does he play like a veteran? It's amazing.
Objects in the rearview mirror are closer than they appear right now for DJ, Bill.
Well, Xander Schauffele would like to get a little bit closer with this birdie try. 44-footer here at the par 5 6th. Starts it out to the right, and that ball was still about halfway there, and he started walking because he knew he didn't hit it hard enough. That's outside. That might be in the 4-foot range. In fact, I think he's still away, so he's going to finish up here. But this will be for par here at 6.
You know what's interesting? Sometimes when we're describing this kind of golf and all these birdies and the guys near the lead playing well, you may think, well, the course is playing easy. Everybody's playing well. That's not the case. I mean, everybody in the top 10, going back to Webb Simpson's 3 under, Patrick Reed's 4 under, Terrell Hatton's 3 under, Scotty Scheffler 3 under. As you go back further down with the guys who have no pressure, none of them are making that kind of a run. These guys are tuned in to trying to accomplish something.
Back to you at 6, Bill.
Yeah, just inside 4 feet. Schauffele for a 2-putt par. Sends this to the cup, and that rattles around and drops into the bottom. And it all happened. It started with the tee shot that went way left. Couldn't get it on the green in 2, so puts a 5 on the card. He's still minus 16.
You're right, Bill. You got to blame that par on the drive. No question about it. You have a chance from the rough, but not in the rough behind the trees. And actually, he did a pretty good job to make par there.
Leaves him shaking his head, Bill.
Yeah, now DJ, about 3 feet away. And this for his 3rd birdie in the first 6 holes. And this to get to 22 under par. I don't see much in this. In fact, Schauffele had pretty much the same line from another foot away. DJ sends this to the hole, and that's a no-doubter right in the bottom. DJ now minus 3 today, 22 deep.
And this might be the only time in golf we're seeing the proverbial stiff arm. He is not letting anybody get close enough to tackle him. He is doing everything. Can you imagine if he had just been even par today, how things would have stacked up? He's not allowing that to happen.
And Justin Thomas trying to catch up. He's played well, but now 5 back again, Doug Bell.
Well, it needs to keep the pedal down, as they say. 4 for 6 fairways hit now on the left side of the short grass here at 7. Leaves him 112 yards, front left hole location, elevated green. Miss it a little bit left, it'll be in a huge bunker. JT's second shot flies into the sky, now down on the green at the hole, stops just past maybe 3 feet. That'll be another birdie look for Justin Thomas to get to 18 under par.
We were having the privilege today of describing some of the best play under the biggest pressure to win the ultimate prize in golf, the FedEx Cup, and that was absolutely another gorgeous shot.
And John Rahm, who doubled 4, Mark Carnevale said at that time he needs to go 2 under at 5 and 6. He went 3 under, birdie, eagle, and now back in the mix, Carney.
110 yards, little downhill lie. Well, that shot for JT was spectacular. This whole location up on a little plateau on the front. If the ball is right at all, it'll funnel right. This ball needs to get up a little bit. Oh, that just clears the bunker in the rough and sticks there. It might be right against the first cut. And depending on the lie, that could be a difficult shot, even though John Rahm is inside 20 feet.
Hey, Carney, is it safe to say that groan we heard was not coming from you? I think it was coming from John Rahm. He knows that was an unforced error from a perfect spot in the fairway. Actually, Carney, it's sitting about an inch in the thick rough. It's going to be an awkward little chip.
Yeah, I would say he's probably that'd be one of those bladed shots. But that's one that could get away from him very quickly if he doesn't make solid contact.
Well, the Chase Pack is certainly doing their job today in this Labor Day finish at Eastlake Golf Club, but Dustin Johnson is as well. 5-shot lead to start this final round, 3 under through 6. DJ still the leader by 5, and 22 under pars. PGA Tour radio coverage from the final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs continues. It's round 4 of the Tour Championship. Monday finish at the Tour Championship. It is Labor Day, observed on the first Monday of each September, created to dedicate to the achievements of American workers. Labor Day, while we are at the end of the FedEx Cup playoffs and the PGA Tour season, also the end of peak hot dog season. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council reports that Americans will eat an average of 7 billion hot dogs between Memorial Day and Labor Day. That is 818 hot dogs consumed every second during that period. It is the unofficial end of summer as we start September and the official end of the PGA Tour season. Mark Carnevale.
At the par 4 7th, John Rahm just in the rough, just 14 feet away, has a wedge. He's going to try to pitch it over the fringe. Takes it back, pitches it over the fringe. This on a good line, but needs to stretch. Either way, that was still a pretty good shot. John Rahm should be able to convert his par here at the 7th and stay at 15 under.
Let's move up ahead to 8 and Doug Bell.
Colin Morikawa from 165 yards watches his second shot fly to the sky, and Here it comes down on the green, middle of the green, one hop and past the hole on the right side, but another good look coming up. That's around 12 feet for Colin Morikawa. Let's go back to Mark Carneville.
After a great approach shot in here to the par 4-7, Justin Thomas just inside 4 feet. This for his 5th birdie of the day, and it would take him to 4 under for the day and 18 under for the tournament. Put away, working right to left and right in for Justin Thomas. Birdie here at 7 takes him to 18 under.
5 birdies today for Justin Thomas. He won't go away. Back within 4 of Dustin Johnson, who had a little trouble with the tee shot on the hole back, Bill.
Yeah, way right. Way right. There's actually red hazard stakes penalty area over there. He didn't quite go that far, but he's got some major tree issues in front of him. He can play it out to the fairway safely. I don't think, unless he wants to really gamble, he'd have to hit a low cut to try to get it up on the putting surface. And that ball is sitting down. Looks like I got to look at the ball. It's like an egg sitting in a nest. So he's got some issues here.
Well, there's no doubt, boy. And Justin Thomas just keeps making birdies, and now some heat on DJ with him back off the fairway in some trouble right and way right. Like Bill said, lucky to even have a shot. But, you know, Dustin Johnson really this week when he's gotten into trouble, he had that round where he only hit 2 fairways. He's not taken many risks, so might just have to get it back into play, Mark Carneville.
You better get it into play here at the par 4 8th, Earl. This a tough golf hole, very narrow strip of fairway that runs right along East Lake, which is all up the left-hand side. There are bunkers right, and with that hole location back left, if you're going to try to make birdie here, you better put it in the fairway. Justin Thomas was set to play, then backed off, but now over it. Draws the driver back. Big aggressive swing, quickly down to pick up the tee, and he likes this one. This one headed right down the fairway. And that's a good tee shot for Justin Thomas, left side of the fairway here at the 8th.
Well, Justin Thomas has hit 4 of the best tee shots this week at the 8th that you will ever see. I mean, it's the same tee shot all 4 days. He does not fear taking it up that left-hand side, and he just striped another one. So right now he's looking to be in good shape. At least the lead has been cut to 4, and who knows about Dustin Johnson with issues off the tee at 7. Things could be tightening up, Card.
Now John Rahm on the tee here at the 8th. 15 under. Makes contact. This ball may be leaking a little bit to the right. And I believe that may have found one of the fairway bunkers on the right. Might have been even a little short of it. I'll have to get over and check. But that is definitely right of the fairway for John Rahm as we head back to 7 and Bill Rosinski.
Well, Dustin Johnson, of course, he got it to 22 under par with the birdie at number 6.
You're playing a 3rd shot in, missed there, so he got a little bit of a break at carry, but it leaves himself a long putt, like Bill said, almost 20 feet to salvage a par. Otherwise, it's going to be a drop shot after 3 birdies in a 4-hole stretch, and this tournament is starting to tighten up a little bit. 4-shot lead on the line for DJ. It could be down to 3 in 60 seconds.
Here we go.
John Rahm from the right fairway bunker here at the 8th from 178, plays to a back hole location. This ball lands just short of the green, trickles towards it. Not bad, particularly from that position. Not a bad shot, but that's going to be a long putter chip for John Rahm here at the 8th. John Rahm currently at 15 under.
And Justin Thomas, who's been terrific today. He'll be next, Doug Bell.
Yeah, good angle over there on the left side of this fairway. Gorgeous par 4, by the way. 157 yards for Justin Thomas. With a swing, holds the follow-through. This ball will fly to the back of the green, up on the collar, and then just off the back edge. And I can see it from here. So he'll be using a wedge, and we'll see if he can get up and down or maybe even do something spectacular. Justin Thomas just off the back of the green.
He's been doing something spectacular really all day. Just 1 par on the scorecard. Birdied 1. A terrific birdie. Hit it to 10 feet, made the putt, dropped a shot at 2, but that's the only stumble. He has birdied 4 of his last 5 now. And Justin Thomas has been the man putting some heat on DJ and may be about to pull a little closer, depending on what happens at 7, Bill.
Well, left-hand low on the putting grip. Xander Schauffele downhill 32-footer for birdie here at number 7. Sends this on the way. Nice pace to this putt. Has a chance to go. It's got a stretch, and that just comes up inside a foot short. Well, he had the line. just needed a little more in the gas tank. He's going to walk up and tap this in. So Schauffele remains at the 16 under.
And alongside, huge par putt coming up for DJ. Otherwise, he's going to lose one here after tee shot right, just inside 20 feet for the week. He is 3 for 7 from 15 to 20 feet. But, I was talking today about as good as his game has been all around, how good that putter has been in this playoff run and the late season run. Let's see if it can come through for him again, Bill.
All right, 20 feet. This is just maybe a tad uphill putt. He's hole high right. And this for par, this would be a great 4. Ball is on its way to the cup, and he started walking. He missed it on the left side. Inside 2 feet coming back, so there's the first blemish on the card for DJ. Going to drop a shot, and he'll be 21 under.
It was left low all the way for Dustin Johnson, so he will slip to 21 under. This is the section of the course where he started to pull away on Sunday. He birdied 7 and 9, made the turn, birdied 10, and was starting to open up a big lead. And now that big lead to start the day, 5-shot lead, is down to 3 suddenly. DJ, even with 3 birdies early now, 21 under, and Justin Thomas just up ahead playing that 8th hole, 18 under. So Justin Thomas has cut into the deficit. He's cut for the starting deficit for DJ, a 5-shot lead. He's cut a couple off of it. Justin Thomas started in a tie with Xander Schauffele at 14 under, and JT, even though he missed the green long at number 8, he's been able to make up a little ground here on the front 9. And I would say with the back 9, looking at some of the scoring on the back 9, 3 of the toughest holes of the day out there, 10, 14, and 15. This thing has gotten interesting all of a sudden, Carney.
Yes, I think it's going to get more interesting. Earl John Rahm here at the just off the front right edge of the green. He's got 64 feet putting to this back left hole location. Pretty complicated play. He's choosing putter. There is a ridge that almost bisects the right side of this green, and the top of that ridge sits about 20 feet above him, where the green is kind of going across from left to right. It'll get over that ridge, and then it'll go down green, turning to his left. Rahm swings the putter back, now gets on top of that ridge. Now the ball working down green, out to the right, turning left. This needs to go a little bit. That's pretty well judged. That'll be within 3.5 feet for Jon Rahm, looking for par here at 8 to stay at 15 under.
And to stay at this point, 6 shots back. And boy, credit to Rahm for shaking off that double bogey at 4 to rebound with birdies at 5 and then the eagle at 6. And now with the DJ bogey, he's a little bit closer as well, tied for 4th with Collin Morikawa at 15 under par, with DJ coming off bogey now in a tough hole. A little more forgiving today, but that tough 8th coming up, tee shot and a second shot in. You got to be careful, Doug Bell.
Well, Justin Thomas is very good with these chip shots just off the putting surface. And he's been looking at this just like you would a putt. Does not wear a glove in these kind of shots. Ball back in his stance, feet close together, looking to make this. He's got a lot of confidence going right now. JT, chop and pop stroke, sends it on the way. On the green, rolling down towards the hole, and just missed on the left side. He gave it a run, and now has left himself about 5.5 feet coming back for par to stay 18 under.
Oh, man, that's huge now with Dustin Johnson about to play that hole coming off bogey after Thomas had gotten within 3 shots to stay there now, Bill.
Dustin Johnson on the tee here at number 8, gives it a big rip. Right side of the fairway is going to catch the bunker. There are 3 bunkers along the right side of the fairway here, and it has caught the one closest to the green. Fine lies right in the middle of the bunker. You worried there about the overcorrection after leaking one way right at 7. You don't want to pull it left here at 8. He has not done that, but he's in the bunker. We'll see if he can get it on the green in 2.
No, it was 1 tee shot there in the water today. Bryson DeChambeau earlier. DJ playing that cut, so he likes to kind of just shape it left center of the fairway and cut it back in, but that's in one of those fairway bunkers, and that's going to be work for him as well. Up to the green, Doug Bell.
Mighty big putt for Justin Thomas. He's 5.5 feet. This is for par to stay at 18 under. And gave it a run for birdie, and these greens are firm and fast. There's a lot of lightning in these greens. They're completely dried out, so the rest of the day the players will face putts like this. Putting through a shadow, 5.5 feet for par. Justin Thomas sends it up to the hole and misses right. So JT, with the aggressive try for birdie, will pay the penalty, and he'll drop back to 17 under par.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Tour Championship, the final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs, from historic East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update brought to you by MasterCard. Tap and go with your MasterCard, the simple, secure way to pay.
Well, Dustin Johnson, even with a bogey at 7 in the bunker off the tee at 8, that Justin Thomas bogey means it's a 4-shot lead again for Dustin Johnson. 21 under. Justin Thomas stays second but loses one. Back to 17 under for the Tour Championship. Now Xander Schauffele in the final pair with DJ. 2 under in his round through 7. He's in good shape off the tee, right side of the fairway at 8. 16 under for Schauffele and 5 shots back. Colin Morikawa, he's up ahead at the 9th. 3 under through 8, still in the mix. 15 under with John Rahm, tied for 4th. 15 under, 6 behind. Scotty Scheffler, great rookie season for him in the PGA Tour, wrapping up with a really nice Sunday. 3 under through 9. He's minus 12. Webb Simpson 4 under today after 12. He's now minus 11 with Tyrrell Hatton in a tie for 7th. Patrick Reed, Sung Jae Im, and the 2-time FedEx Cup champ, the defending FedEx Cup champ coming into the week, Rory McIlroy, they all sit minus 10. Bill?
The path to the PGA Tour crowned its newest champion in central Illinois yesterday as 29-year-old Australian Brett Druitt claimed his first Korn Ferry Tour title in his 116th start, winning the Lincoln Land Championship presented by LRS at Panther Creek Country Club in Springfield. Druitt edged 3 players by a single stroke and finished at 19 under par on the day that they celebrate Father's Day down under. Play resumes Thursday with the Evans Scholars Invitational just outside Chicago, Illinois.
To the 9th at difficult par 3 to wrap up the opening night at East Lake. Doug Bell.
Well, Earl, Colin Morikawa hit his tee shot onto the green and from 45 feet could not convert the birdie. He did get the par to stay at 15 under, but that broke a string. He birdied the first 3 days in a row, number 9. No one has ever done it 4 days in a row. Let's go back and hold a Bill.
And Xander Schauffele, Doug, will play first. He's in the fairway here at 8, 149 the number. Backed off the shot first, talking with his caddy about the little breeze that he felt was coming from the golfer's right. Contact made with the second here at 8. And that's a nice play, wants it to go. It's on the middle of the green, and that's okay. Outside 20 feet, birdie putt coming up for Schauffele.
And Xander Schauffele is one of those players still in the chase, trying to chase down Dustin Johnson. And boy, what a disappointing bogey for Justin Thomas moments ago. Kind of mistakes you really can't afford to make when he started with a 5-shot lead, referring to Dustin Johnson.
From the fairway bunker, DJ next, Bill.
Yeah, 146. Boy, there was a lot of sand with that shot, but it's still pretty good. It's going to land in the middle portion of the green, just on the collar. Not quite hole high to the right, but from there, not too bad. So DJ is going to have a chance for a long birdie putt or chip. Right now, he's 21 under par.
Yeah, that's a great example of just playing away from the problem. You know, East Lake guards the left side of the screen. He knows he just needs to avoid any big mistakes, and that wasn't really an opportunity after that tee shot to be aggressive.
No, he has had a birdie from the bunker. That was a couple of rounds ago when he hit it in the middle of those 3 fairway bunkers, right of the fairway, hit it short of the green, chipped in. And if he's going to make a birdie here, he's going to have to knock one in from across the right side of the green. You do have to play that shot now, in DJ's case, back toward the water there. So you do have to be careful. Dustin Johnson is going to have to get up and down to avoid a second straight bogey. And we go to Mark Carnevale.
219 yards is the length of the par 3 ninth today. Front right hole location, wind, little help off the left. John Rahm on the tee at 15 under. There is a deep bunker that guards both sides of the screen, but you don't want to put it in that deep bunker to the right. Rahm, 2 under for the day, 15 under for the tournament. Makes contact. This on a good line. This needs to go. This needs to get up. Oh, and that doesn't carry the bunker, and that may have caught the face of that bunker, but that had not gotten to the green.
I'll tell you what, with the front hole location, they know they need to stay below this hole. This is a very severely shaped green from back to front, and if you come up short, you pay the price.
Justin Thomas coming off that disappointing bogey. How aggressive does he get here, Doug Bell?
Well, he bounced back after the bogey at 2 with a birdie at 3. This is not a hole that yields a lot of birdies, and I don't know if you can be aggressive at this tough par 3. He's moving it from left to right, front middle hole location. That flies safely to the center of the green and now rolls all the way to the back where the shadows are in this really big green complex, and it is going to be a long, very long birdie try for Justin Thomas.
That's why front hole locations are so hard. He has a putt of over 50, maybe over 60 feet coming up, and it's straight downhill. It'll be a lot of work to two-putt from there.
And a lot of work behind him for the leader, Dustin Johnson, just off the edge of the green at number 8 in 60 seconds. Final day of the Tour Championship. Coming off bogey at 7, hit the fairway bunker off the tee at 8, and just off the edge of the green outside 50 feet, back left hole location at that 8th hole. How careful, Mark McCumber, does he have to be here with this third shot?
Well, he's just got to be precise. He's got to be perfectly on with the line. I would venture to make a strong guess that he's going to putt this. There's no reason to put this ball up in the air. He's got to putt quite a bit down the hill. Should be breaking from right to left, but he's been very good with the speed all week, so he's got to pay attention. He'll have to work hard to do putt, but just doesn't want to do anything foolish here.
Let's get down there now. Bill Rosinski.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen a player caddy scout putts like Dustin and his brother do here. They do their homework. All right, putter behind the ball, just on the collar. It's a downhill putt. Will move to his left. 53-footer on the way. It's going to stretch out. It needs to turn left. Now it's starting to make that turn, getting closer to the hole. And finally comes to a rest, but he's got lots of work here. Had to be careful there with the speed. Of course, you don't want to blow it off the green, so he'll put a coin on this, and DJ will be fighting for a par here at number 8.
Yeah, he did make the right leave. He left it short of the hole, but he'll have a downhiller, and it looks like it could be outside of 5 feet.
Let's go up one to that tough 9th, Mark Carnevale.
At the par 3 9th, John Rahm's tee shot landed into the rough left of the right green side bunker, but kicked back into the fairway just short of the green. He's got an uphill pitch shot. He needs to get it uphill about 4 or 5 feet, then the ball will chase up to the hole. Rahm, feet close together, pitches it over the fringe on a great line up to the hole, but it didn't have any spin. And that releases past the hole. That's some 8 or 9 feet for Jon Rahm downhill for par here at the 9th to stay at 15 under.
Well, where that tee shot ended up, it was not going to be an easy par, and what a day he's had. The double bogey, leaving it in the fairway bunker, coming back with birdie eagle. He is a grinder.
Back at 8 again, Bill.
Well, Xander Schauffele, he got off to the good start today with a couple of birdies in the first 3 holes, and stuck on par since then. Birdie try here at 8, downhill, 23-footer, a little different line than what DJ just had. Good aggressive stroke. Down the slope it goes. Turning left. Well, this looks to be a really good-looking putt, and then it slides off to the left. Well, close, but not close enough. And he's going to turn around and tap this in. That's another par on the card for Xander, and he's still minus 16.
Well, let's go back up to 9, and Justin Thomas with a birdie effort. This one's from Valdosta, the way back portion of the green, Doug Bell.
Yeah, it is a long way, Earl. He's all the way in the back, covered in the shadows. The hole down in the front of the screen in sunshine. He is 65 feet away, Justin Thomas. I thought he was going to leave the flag stick in, but he asked Bones and Mackay to pull the stick, and then he asked Jon Rahm to move his mark. So JT is zeroing in. He's taking this putt pretty serious. Boy, a 2-putt from here would be terrific. This has some serious slope. This is like a black diamond slope out in Colorado. This is going to be tough. JT gives it one last glance and now sends the putt down the line. Out of the sunshine it comes, catching the slope, rolling down towards the hole, And rolling out. And still going. And not a bad putt. He left himself just a couple of feet or so. So well judged for Justin Thomas to stay at 17 under par here at number 9.
Actually, that was very well judged. Left it just on line but short. That'll be an easy 2-putt.
Well, now back at 8, big putt for DJ to avoid back-to-back bogeys, Bill.
Dustin Johnson, 6-footer for a par save here at number 8, and he has missed it. Just off to the left. That was a 6-footer. So now all of a sudden bogeys at 7, and now another one here at 8, and the plot thickens as we get close to making the turn on this championship Monday.
Boy, does it ever. You know, you got to go back. We talked about how important driving the ball was. He missed a fairway on 7, had to pitch out, leading to a bogey. Hit it into the fairway bunker on 8, leading to a, not a very good second shot. Didn't leave it in an easy place to 2-putt, and there you go, an unforced error.
Back up to 9, Mark Carnevale.
Downhill 10 feet for John Rahm. I'm not sure he's had enough time to look at the scoreboard that is right of this 9th green that's showing that Dustin Johnson has dropped back to 10 under. But you got to think for John Rahm, this has got to go in. This to stay at 15 under. A little bit downhill as that ball works down the slope out to the left, turning right, and he walked it in. A huge putt there for John Rahm. The par here at 9 keeps him at 15 under, just 5 back.
Oh, boy, the gifted, talented grinder. He never gives up a shot without a fight. That was a very good up and down there on 9.
Yeah, what an exhale for John Rahm. Hard work and par, and that's where DJ has to head next. So this is what can happen at East Lake, Mark. It's, not the big numbers. It's just when you're struggling hitting fairways and greens, that's tough to get off the bogey train, Doug.
Well, here at 9, Justin Thomas, 3 feet for his par to stay 3 back. The stroke sends it up and into the center of the cup. So good first 9 for Justin Thomas, only 13 putts, and he heads to number 10 at 17 under par.
Yeah, 2 very good pars. That hole number 9 today is playing over par, almost a tenth of a stroke over par. I thought it might even play harder, but they've only been 2 birdies, so clearly players are having a hard time leaving it below the hole where they have an easy putt, and consequently only 2 players have been able to convert.
Well, this thing is up for grabs, and boy, if Justin Thomas could have curled in that par saver at 8, we'd be down to a 2-shot lead. At this point, he didn't, but that's a great par from outside 60 feet. At the 9th, and DJ with a couple of bogeys back-to-back at 7 and 8. He's going to have to make his way through 9 next now with that lead starting to shrink. 3-shot lead now.
Now we go to the 9th tee. And tee shot on the way for Andrew Schauffele. To the left bunker. It comes up short. The good news, he's got some green to work with, and his bunker shot is uphill. So Xander Schauffele will have a bit of work if he doesn't want to drop another stroke to par.
Boy, yeah, he will. I mean, it's a smattering of pars and bogeys there, so bogey certainly comes into play. Either of these bunkers that you hit, and DJ on the tee next, always the right side of that tee box, Bill.
6 iron the choice for DJ. So remember here yesterday, he knocked it stiff, about 6 feet, made the putt. It was a big birdie after bogeying this hole the first 2 days. Powers this one into the blue skies. That's going to land on the green, but that's going to release all the way to the back portion of the putting surface. So he's in that 50-foot range downhill, and always worried about 3 putting from that distance. So DJ is 20 under par. Mark McCumber, he did tell me, remember that tee shot yesterday? You said, I don't think he was aiming for that spot right of the flag. He said after the round, he was aiming 6 feet left. He got a little lucky.
Well, nothing wrong with that, Bill. I didn't think he was aiming quite that far. I'm wondering now, did our leader, Dustin Johnson, was he watching from the tee? Because he's got the same putt that Justin Thomas had moments ago. And will he be able to do as well? Justin Thomas did a good job, putting from there.
And certainly no guarantees outside 60 for DJ, who's dropped a couple of shots, back-to-back bogeys, now to lead to 3 at 20 under, 3 up on Justin Thomas as they play the 9th PGA Tour radio coverage. Final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Season ends today.
Right here at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, and Colin Morikawa just missed a birdie here at number 10, so he will stay at 15 under par. And then back down the fairway, Jon Rahm's tee shot at 10 and winds up in the right-hand rough. Justin Thomas, who is 17 under par, he's in the fairway right here at the par 4 10th.
And a lot of work to do for the leader on a Labor Day back at 9, Bill.
Xander Schauffele, 43 feet away from the flag here at the par 3 9th. Put it in the front greenside bunker. And these are really steep bunkers. I can just see the top of the cap as he settles in over the golf ball. Got some green to work with here. Settles in over the ball. Pops this in the air. Lands 5 feet short. Releases. Oh, that's a beauty. I'll tell you what, 7 for 7 in sand saves coming into this round today. And he's going to get another one here. That's inside 2 feet, and that'll keep him at minus 16.
We can certainly see why. And these are very deep bunkers, as been mentioned throughout the week on our broadcast. The good news, though, he was going back up the hill a little bit, and he executed that perfectly.
Well, he's in good shape to likely make a par here. And Xander Schauffele right now beside DJ, 4 shots off the lead. Justin Thomas, who's up ahead, has just made the turn. He is 3 shots back. And a long-distance putt from the back of the green for Dustin Johnson. Not quite as long as Justin Thomas's 2-putt was a couple of minutes ago there. But DJ, just inside 60 feet. I mean, you can't take these for granted, Mark. He's coming on back-to-back bogeys, and this is an important 2-putt for, I mean, look, he's trying to make it, obviously, but par is huge here for DJ to kind of stop those bogeys and get a little momentum back going to the back 9.
Yeah, I think when you start with a 5-shot cushion and you can shoot under par on the opening 9, you're not going to feel too bad. But the 2 bogeys have kind of put a damper on what was a pretty beautiful round, and you certainly don't want to end with 3 in a row.
Don't want to leave the door open for any of these great players either with 9 to play, Bill.
Yeah, putting out of the shadows in the back left portion of the screen down to a front right hole location, bathed in sunshine. Dustin Johnson, 57 feet for birdie. Starts this out to the left, picking up speed as it goes down the slope. DJ stands up watching this. This has lots of speed on it. That's going to run by on the right side. Slow down, golf ball. Oh, that is stretched out. Oh, my goodness, that might be maybe 8 feet away. Maybe a little bit more than that. That ball finally comes to a rest. DJ is going to be fighting to put a 3 on the card, and it stopped the bleeding. Already the last 2 holes have been bogeys.
Well, they have. Again, as a player trying to look for the positive, he's below the hole, so he can go ahead and give this a run. And I think this is a key putt coming up. Is it going to be an easy back 9 where he can just keep hitting fairways and greens, or is he going to, give everybody else a little bit of an impetus, a little bit of an adrenaline rush that they can see him now. The stiff arm is broken down. Or if he makes this, not only is it going to save him a shot, it's going to build his confidence that he can make crucial putts in these key situations coming down the stretch over the last 9 holes.
Let's go to the back 9, Doug.
Justin Thomas put his drive down in the bottom of the fairway here. This downhill tee shot now has an uphill approach of 110 yards. The pre-shot waggle where he looks at the club, now puts it behind the ball and sends it right at this far right hole location. JT watches this land up above the hole and a little bit on the left. It'll be a downhill 16-footer as we go over to Mark Carnevale.
At the par 4 10th, Jon Rahm has found the right rough. He's got 108 yards, but he cannot take that aim at the back right flagstick. He's going to need to try to land this middle of the green. There is some contour that'll funnel the ball to the right, but this is not the time to be chasing the flagstick. As Rahm digs it out, this needs to go a little bit. This does land on the front of the green. That's chasing back, needs to go. That continues to need to go, and that's not bad. That'll be outside 25 feet. Pretty much on the right level for Jon Rahm, but that'll be a lengthy birdie putt for Rahm here at 10 to try to get it to 16 under.
And now all eyes on Dustin Johnson back at 9. Kevin Na missed a similar putt for a par saver earlier today, Bill.
Huge putt for par, 7-footer here at 9 for Dustin Johnson, and that goes right down in it. How big a putt was that? Put a 3 on the card, 1 under on his opening 9, heading to the back 9 on Monday, and he's 20 under.
Yeah, that says a whole lot. It really does. It also showed a real steadiness. Great players can certainly get rattled a bit with a few bogeys, but he didn't let that bother him at all. Actually, a very smart middle of the green, even though he was long onto that green, and good two-putt, and off he goes. 3 shots with 9 holes to play. That's a pretty nice position to be in.
Yeah, an exhale for DJ. 9 holes to play, 9 away from his first FedEx Cup title, Mark Carnevale.
Well, we have seen some players score well on the back 9, and certainly that's what it's going to take. But it'll be a lengthy birdie putt here at the 10th for Jon Rahm, putting from the back middle portion of the green to this back right hole location. Has 29 feet. It's flat for about 10 to 12 feet, and then it goes down a little slope to this back right hole location. Ball will turn left to right as well. As Rahm makes contact with the ball, now trickling down the slope out to the left. This needs to go. Oh, wow, that came up short. Little surprised look on the face of Jon Rahm as he looks back at Adam Hayes. He thought that would release a bit, as I did, but that's going to be short. He's got plenty of work left to save his par here at the 10th to stay at 15 under.
Yeah, another one of those key putts he's got to make. He's made a beautiful one on the 9th hole. Needs to make another. He's already made the one big mistake. You really couldn't afford to make the double bogey, and he just can't afford any more bogeys. Got to make pars and birdies all the way into the house.
Well, this back 9 is going to tell the story and decide who wins the Tour Championship and the FedEx Cup. And there's 2 tough holes to start this back 9, 10 and 11. Second and third toughest of the day, and 14 still playing is the most difficult. So a tough stretch of golf, Doug Bell.
Yeah, Earl, the whole location here at 10 is absolutely brutal over there in the far right-hand portion. 27 feet above the holes where Justin Thomas is, putting through his shadow. It'll turn from left to right, and he barely tapped it. It's coming down the hill and making the turn, and it's rolling down there just outside right, maybe a foot and a half. So he gave that putt its proper respect and kind of shaking his head walking down the hill. And now he'll walk up and finish and take his time. This is where he missed the short one yesterday. The par putt goes down. So Justin Thomas will stay at 17 under par.
If you don't think hole locations are important, if you look at number 10 today, yesterday after the first 3 days, it was the 11th hardest hole or the 7th easiest hole in the golf course. Today, as you mentioned, Earl, the 3rd hardest hole. That's what hole locations can do.
Well, hit fairways. That's a key. Dustin Johnson now off the tee at that 10th hole. Seems to like it pretty quick to pick up the tee. And that squirts through some trees over there. That missed the fairway. It seemed like DJ was okay with that. That's a missed fairway off the tough 10th for Dustin Johnson, Carney.
Yeah, Jon Rahm trying to make a 4.5 footer for par. And the problem is this almost is a little valley to in front of him, and to his right is a slope off the bunker. There's a slope off the back of the green. This putt actually could go either way. This to stay at 15 under. Rahm makes contact, ball working down the slope, and that misses. It's just, you just can't figure out which way it's going to go, Mark. Again, it's between 2 of those slopes. You feel like it's got to go right, but that one looked like it stayed straight, and Rahm now shaking his head. And that's going to be a 3-putt bogey here at number 10. He'll drop back to 14 under.
You said it, Carney, what a tough hole location. I've played to that hole location, and I'm telling you, it's almost impossible to leave yourself after an approach shot, a putt that's simple to read. It's in below the hole. It's almost impossible.
Now to the tough 11th, the par 3, Doug Bell.
Yeah, this is a tough green. Colin Morikawa's got 32 feet downhill. Boy, he hit that way outside of the right, catches the slope, makes the hard turn back to the left, down at the hole, and that rolls out. And he'll have a tough little 3.5 footer coming back. So Colin Morikawa, I mean, this green, talk about slope. Oh my gosh, the 11th is diabolical.
Yes. 11 is always a tough par 3 because of this slope. It's one of the more severe ones there is on the golf course. And getting back to Dustin for a minute, we talked about needing to hit fairways. He made the great turnaround from round 2 to round 3. Well, today he hit the first 3 fairways. Guess what? He's missed the last 4. He's missed the last 4 fairways. He's got to find fairways again.
Yeah, he missed. Xander Schauffele missed left there at 10 as well. That's a back right hole location. That angle, if they have something, they can chase something up there in front of the green and get it to trickle back there. But DJ, I think it looked like he thought that ball was just going to cut back in, and it just never did. And like you said, Mark, tough holes and you're missing fairways. You bring bogeys into play here in the back 9. It's a tough back 9 today.
If you remember on the 5th hole when he missed into the left rough, He was able to land it short and run it back. He made birdie there. This is a similar type shot. He's in the left rough. He's got green to the back right. He may be able to judge and guess the roll and get it somewhere back near the hole.
Let's go back to Doug Bell.
Colin Morikawa putting for par through his shadow from 4.5 feet here at 11. Rolls that up and into the bottom. So Colin Morikawa, that was a good two-putt from where he was. If you're above the hole where he was 30 feet away, wow, that is a huge right-to-left breaker. But a par, and Colin Morikawa stays 15 under.
Our announcers not only look cool in their Airflux polos, they stay cool thanks to the innovative ventilation technology. PGA Tour Apparel is an official licensee of the PGA Tour and available at Bells and Bells.com. That's BEALLS.com.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Tour Championship, the final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs, from historic East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update presented by Titleist.
Once again, it's a leaderboard full of players trusting Titleist, with 70% of the field relying on the speed, precision, and consistency of the Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. Dustin Johnson, 5-shot lead to start the day, down to 3 with 9 to play. 20 under for DJ. With Justin Thomas solo second now, 17 under, 3 back, 3 under in his round today. Xander Schauffele, 2 under at the turn, minus 16, 4 behind with 9 to go. Colin Morikawa, he's through 11 now, 3 under in the round. 15 under for the week. John Rahm, 1 under after 10, 14 under, and 6 back. And terrific rookie season, wrapping up with a great day for Scotty Scheffler. He's up to solo 6, 4 under in the round now, 13 under for the week. Doug Bell.
Justin Thomas on the tee at the par 3 11th, 184 yards. They moved the teeing ground up to the second level. It is still a tough rascal, though, this par 3. JT sends that tee shot into the sky, moving it from right to left, and it lands above the hole in that slope. And it's not going to come down. I mean, it lands and stays, and so that'll be, again, a very tricky putt outside 25 feet for Justin Thomas.
Patrick Reed is sculpting the best round of the day. He is 5 under par through 17 holes. That puts him at 11 under par. He's climbed his way up to a tie for 7th, along with Webb Simpson, who was 4 under through 15 holes. Rory McIlroy is 2 under through 13. That drops him, puts him at 10 under par, and he's in a tie for 10.
Let's go back to Mark Carnevale at 11.
At 184 is the number here at the 11th front left hole location. Wind in and a little bit off the right. John Rahm coming off the bogey there at 10. See if he can bounce back like he did on the front 9 after the double at 4. Draws the club back. It's a shot high in the air, and this now turning towards the flagstick, but now pretty much on the same line that Justin Thomas was, but that's a lot closer. That's a really good shot. It's running away a little bit, but that'll be inside 20 feet for John Rahm. Great opportunity for birdie here at the 11th.
Yeah, it really was. I think it's even closer. I think it's inside of 12 feet or 15 feet. It's very makeable coming up.
All right, 2 off the fairway left at 10. Bill, to you.
Yes, Xander Schauffele's going to play first. He's got an electrical box in front of him. He's in the pine straw, and he's got 115 yards. And plays away. Gets it up into the air. That's a pretty good-looking golf shot. And that lands in the middle portion of the green. It's already, the flag is tucked back right. He called in Mark Russell for a possible ruling to get the movement. They decided to keep the ball right there. So not a bad shot. He'll have a chance for birdie. Now DJ, he's in the left rough, just 100 yards away. So a pretty good angle here. I'm going to keep that low. That lands on the back left portion of the green. That's going to scoot. That's a good play. And again, out of the rough, you got to be careful here, and that's just fine. He's going to be above the hole, outside 20 feet. DJ looking for birdie. Right now, 20 under par.
Good plays, good recoveries from both of those players. If DJ out of that lie had gone right at the hole and lands it where he needs to land it, it's on a downslope, and it can run right over the green, the last thing you want to do. So he played out to the fat side of the green, and both players will have an outside chance to make birdie here on their 10th hole.
And there have been a few, 5 of them I just counted, 3-putt bogeys there today. So work not done for Justin Johnson. On the back 9 with a 3-shot lead. His coverage from Atlanta continues in 60 seconds. Event of the FedEx Cup playoffs at the Tour Championship. In the next couple of hours, we will crown a new FedEx Cup champion. Dustin Johnson, who's been terrific throughout the playoffs, really in a great late season run. Had a 5-shot lead to start the day. It's down to 3 now to start the back 9 with Justin Thomas, a former FedEx Cup champ, right there trying to put some heat on him, 17 under. And a long putt coming up at 11. This one goes down, though, Doug, and he could cut the deficit to 2 here in the back 9.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one, Earl. It's 40 feet. It's downhill, a huge right-to-left break. And I tell you, his back is almost to the hole. That's how much he's expecting this to make a big, huge banana turn. It would be something if this goes down. Justin Thomas getting set. Giving it one last look. And again, not looking at the hole, looking at his aiming point well outside to the right. The stroke sends it up on that slope to the right. And now here it comes down the slope, making that big turn, almost a U-turn. And it rolls down towards the hole and it comes up short. And he's got 4.5, maybe 5 feet, and that'll be a real tickler for par for Justin Thomas.
Actually, it wasn't that bad of a putt, but it will be a tickler left. And when I saw the hole locations today and I saw 8 in the front of the greens, I said these guys are going to have a challenge leaving the ball in positions where they can go ahead and be aggressive. And this is another one of those holes. Almost impossible to leave it between the front fringe and the hole. Consequently, you've got to work hard to 2-putt.
Up at 12, Collin Morikawa just hit a nice one. Second shot to about 10 feet. He's going to have a good chance for birdie. That would get him to 16 under. And Dustin Johnson, good shot after a little bit of a recovery after a missed fairway, but you got to be careful from here, Bill.
Yeah, downhill putt. It's 29 feet, and this will turn to his right. Maybe 3 or 4 balls outside left to start this out. Ball's on the way. Inside 10 feet, inching its way towards the hole, getting closer. It's going to slide to the right. Boy, the pace was really good. That was a touchy-feely putt. He's going to put a mark on this, I believe, but a couple of feet away for par.
You know greens are rolling out as we watch that, and I can read all the writing on the ball. I can read who's making that ball. It's rolling so slow.
Looks like DJ's going to escape with a 3-shot lead. Carney, up to you.
At the 11th green, Jon Rahm, after a great tee shot, 10 feet for birdie. This is a little bit uphill. It will turn right to left. This for Rahm to get back to 11 under. Settles in over it. Now sends the ball away out to the right, turning left, and it won't drop. And Jon Rahm bends over. Now can't make a putt. He'll tap in for par, and Rahm remains at 14 under with a par at 11.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he tried to be aggressive with it, but they're just, you can't be off at all in the speed or line, and it just dove across the front of the hole.
And Rahm has been battling all day really to recover from that devastating double at the 4th and starting to run out of holes. 14 under, 6 back. Bill, back to you.
Oh, and quietly, Xander Schauffele has been staying in the hunt here. He's got 20 feet for birdie here at number 10. This to get to 17 under par. Across the screen from left to right. Starts this left. He started walking. He didn't hit it. Oh, my goodness. That might be 4 feet short. He's going to put a coin on this and take his time. Boy, he has not made a bogey yet today. 2 birdies. 16 under, fighting for par at 10.
Quickly up ahead, Doug Bell.
Justin Thomas for par here at the 11th, just inside 5 feet, shadow behind the ball. The stroke sends it up and into the bottom. Hit that with a lot of confidence. That was a nice putt. And so JT stays at 17 under as he walks off the 11th.
Yeah, that was not an easy putt. You had to be confident with that. There could be no indecision. He looked very capable under all the pressure right there, knowing he can't afford to give up any more shots.
It's going to be tough to score in this back 9, it looks like today, Bill.
Well, let's see if Xander Schauffele can keep the round bogey-free here at 10. Just outside 4 feet. And this remains 16 under par, left-hand low. And that goes in. Okay, nicely done. And he remains minus 16.
Well, this next hole coming up, I think, is one of the hurdles are going to have to get across as they play this back 9. You said it's going to be a tough back 9. It's playing, about 0.3 of a stroke tougher. but you've got this tough stretch right here. You talked about number 10 was the second hardest. This is the third hardest. Got to get by here. Then you've got a couple of holes where you can make some birdies.
Yeah, and Colin Morikawa has a great chance at one. Mark Carnevale.
I don't know about a great chance, Earl. He's above the hole. Now, he's only 11 feet, which is good, but this looks like a water slide coming down here from the back of the green to this hole location, which is kind of middle right. If this catches the lip and doesn't drop, that ball could actually run all the way down to the front fringe. Morikawa trying to get it to 16 under. Has to start this out to the left, which it does. This has pace. This misses on the top side, and that continues to trickle. Fortunately, it didn't go very far, maybe 3.5 feet, but boy, this is a treacherous hole location here at 12.
Oh, there's no question about it, Carney. I mean, again, how do you leave a second shot below the hole there? It's almost impossible.
No one has. I mean, that's the answer. On the green, no one has today. It's part of a tough back nine. Just not a lot of birdies out there, Carn.
Now for par, Morikawa just 3 feet back up the hill. This to stay at 15 under, back and through and in. So a good comebacker there, but a missed opportunity as we head back to the 11th and Bill Rosinski.
The par 3, playing 184, is Schauffele with the honors. 2 under, no bogeys today. Had 2 birdies in his first 3 holes and stuck on par. Oh, this is a good-looking shot. That lands hole high left and stretches out outside 10 feet. So he'll have a downhill birdie putt here. Schauffele trying to stay in the mix. He's 4 back of DJ.
Yeah, this reminds me of some of the putts you get sometimes when you're playing at Augusta with the undulation and the speed, in that he is only around 10 feet, but you'd be better off 15 or 20 feet below the hole.
That's one of the best shots we've had today into this par 3, Bill.
Yeah, you went right at it. Now here's Dustin Johnson. That's a 7-iron that's airborne. Front left hole location, and that's a nice play right of the flag, and he's going to have a good birdie chance outside 10 feet as well. That's a little more, that's a different angle because Schauffele is right above the hole. And we'll see what they can do here. Right now, DJ is 20 under par, made the turn -1 on the round today, and came up with a par 10.
It'll take an awfully good putt to get to 21 under par here on the 11th.
Dustin Johnson with the lead all week, still in the lead on dead.
Get 20% off your first order at MacWeldon.com with promo code XM. That's 20% off your first order at MacWeldon.com, promo code XM. MacWeldon.com, promo code XM.
Why, Georgia, why?
Monday in Atlanta, Labor Day finish at the Tour Championship. Labor Day celebrating the achievement of American workers, and some of the best on the PGA Tour working on Monday to finish off this 2019-2020 PGA Tour season. Earl Forsey with Mark McCumber, former winner of the Tour Championship, 10-time winner on the PGA Tour. Our analyst, number 1 player in the game, Dustin Johnson, started the week with a 2-shot lead. We're on to the back nine now on a Monday to finish off things at East Lake Golf Club, and it's still DJ in front, a 3-shot edge right now over Justin Thomas. Down to Doug Bell.
Well, Justin Thomas put his drive here at 12 in the left-hand rough, just 83 yards, but an absolutely brutal hole location. And from this rough, you never know. Here comes the play. Lands on the front of the green, takes a big hop and a rollout. Oh, he's going to be happy with that. That's outside 14 feet. It's going to be a tough putt, but a birdie try nonetheless for Justin Thomas to try to get to 18 under par.
Yeah, that's a good result from that left rough, Doug. He, even with a wedge from inside 100 yards, could not go at this hole location. It would not have stopped, and he played the wise shot.
Well, Justin trying to chase down Dustin, who's back at 11. Good tee shot for him, so a birdie try for the leader, Bill.
All right, 15-footer. This should move to his left a little bit. And this would be one maybe to turn the fortunes around here after those 2 bogeys at 7 and 8. Good 2-putt par at 9. Here's the birdie try at 11. That needs to turn left, does, and he misses it on the high side. Well, thought he was going to make it. Looks at Austin, his brother, and his caddy. Can't believe that didn't go in. So he's going to circle around here. It's inside a couple of feet, should be able to knock this home, and he will do that. So DJ still 1 under today and -20.
Well, when it's the second hardest hole in the golf course, you're not going to lose ground, but that ball caught a piece of the hole. He would love to have made that, But I think things have settled down with the pars on 10 and 11 after a couple late bogeys on the opening 9.
It was a really good putt from DJ, just didn't fall, Doug Bell.
John Rahm is 14 under par. Had a beautiful drive here at the 12th. Right down Broadway, leaves him 82 yards to the hole. And again, where John is, that hole's cut just over the edge of that bunker. The Spaniard sends a high play in there right above the hole, should spin back, and here it comes. Drifts him back down towards the hole over on the right side. Oh, that's an excellent shot. That's 4.5 feet for John Rahm for birdie to get to 15 under.
Let's go back to Bill at 11.
Well, and once again, Xander Schauffele has been just plugging along. 2 birdies in his first 3 holes, nothing but pars after that, but he's only 4 back here. And now a 10-footer downhill to 11 to cut the gap to 3 shots. Ready to go. Got to be careful with the speed here. Got some fans leaning over the fence here watching this putt. Crawled to the hole and in. He walked it home. There's a big putt by Mr. Schauffele, the X-Man, to 17 under.
Well, we love exciting tournaments. You are now into the back 9, early part of the back 9. 2 players, world-class players, are within 3 shots. That could evaporate in a hole. I tell you what, Xander Schauffele looks awfully good with that putter in his hand.
Doesn't matter what year it is, it seems Xander Schauffele is going to play well and contend for the FedEx Cup when he comes to Atlanta, East Lake Golf Club, and he's doing it again this week. And today, just the 4th birdie of the day at 11. We have 2 within 3 of the lead now, Doug Bell.
Here at 12, Justin Thomas aiming well outside left, 21 feet away, putting through his shadow. It's a tough left to right putt. The stroke sends it on the way, making that turn, bending towards the hole, and it cuts right in front of the cup. And JT gave it a knee bend, quick knee bend at the hole, and it just would not go down. So about 2.5 feet by, and should maneuver that to stay at 17 under. Good shot, just a tough putt on a really tough green.
Well, there's nothing more to add than what Doug said. It's just a tough putt on a tough green, and that's probably why on the short hole there's only been 5 birdies so far today.
Let's go to Mark Carnevale.
A good tee shot to the center of the fairway here at the par 4 13th. Uphill second shot for Colin Morikawa. 122 to a front left hole location, just about 4 steps over the front left bunker as Morikawa. Aggressive swing, this out to the right, turning left, but that finds the front right portion of the green and trickles back a little bit. Wanted that one to turn over a little more. Colin Morikawa will have outside 20 feet for birdie here at the 13th, trying to get it to 16 under.
We go back to the tee on 13, right edge of the tee again, Dustin Johnson, 12. On the tee, he's going with an iron, and I like that. Got to put it in the fairway. He's missed a bunch of fairways since the opening 3 fairways that he hit. A high fade, and it's right in the middle of the fairway. He's played back quite a bit, but I don't think that's any problem with this front hole location because he's going to be able to spin it from there and maybe be able to get it close.
And Xander Schauffele alongside of him, also in the fairway there. He has birdied that 12th hole 2 of the last 3 days. So this back 9 got a little more interesting with the Schauffele pickup, and now we've got Thomas and Schauffele within 3, Doug Bell.
John Rahm looking for his first birdie since back at the 6th hole when he rolled in that eagle. This is 5.5 feet, aiming outside right. Speed putt. Rahm with a stroke. On the way, and dead center. John Rahm gets back to 15 under par. Well done here at 12.
Well, that's the 6th birdie of the day, so it can be done. But if you remember, he also hit a shot from the fairway with a wedge that he could spin, and that's why he got it close to the hole like he did.
Up 1 hole down to Mark Carnevale.
Putting from the front of the 13th green, Colin Morikawa putting from right to left to this front left hole location, uphill 25-footer. Putter back from Morikawa, contact, but he didn't hit it hard enough. And that ball comes up a little bit short. And Morikawa will tap this in for par and remain at 15 under with a par here at 13.
Let's come down to the back 9 on a Sunday at East Lake Golf Club. DJ Dustin Johnson, 20 under with a 3-shot lead, 7 holes to play as we continue coverage of the Tour Championship final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs in Atlanta on PGA Tour Radio.
Dustin Johnson with a fairway hit here at the 12th. Short par 4, he's got 133 to a front right hole location, takes it over the flag, but that will not spin back. That just hangs above the hole some 25 feet away. A testy downhill putt for birdie coming up for DJ.
That's exactly what it is. Testy and downhill. Have to be very cautious on this upcoming putt.
Well, the pressure Sunday and the finale for the FedEx Cup playoffs starting to mount here on the back nine, Bill.
Oh, good tee shot for Xander Schauffele here. Just a 99 yards.
That'll fly just past pin. Good. All right. Just left of it.
Thought I heard 102 there. So Shoutling saying 99. Schauffele right in the middle of the fairway here, coming off birdie at 11 to pull to within 3 and can put some more pressure on his playing partner here. Slightly uphill second shot. Study over the golf ball. Club is back. Contact made. And this is going to land just short of the flag. 2 bounces and sticks. Nicely done. 5-footer, maybe 6 uphill for Schauffele. Looking for back-to-back birdies. Can he close the gap on this hole?
And it's not just that it's 5 or 6 feet. It is in the perfect spot below the hole. Very straightforward putt.
Just his golf course, isn't it? And he talked about, he was asked, why do you play so well? And his response was, it's basically, it's just a place I play well. I mean, there's no answers for it. It's just a place where he has never shot around over par. He's come from behind in all of his wins on the PGA Tour. He's a former champion here, former winner in 2017 at the Tour Championship. And not surprising to see Schauffele as one of the guys here on a Monday, putting pressure on DJ, chance to maybe get within 2.
It's not unusual that players have courses that they like to play well. I was fortunate to win 3 different tournaments twice. And obviously, for whatever reason, the first time I went there, things went well, and you always look forward to going. But I never had a stretch like this where I never had a round over par, I can tell you that.
No, and it is the toughest field of the year to qualify for. It's a full season over 2 calendar year examination week to week to week. So it's so tough to make the top 30. I mean, we see guys like DJ doing it 12 times and McIlroy getting back almost every year, and what Tiger did for years. It's very difficult to get back to Atlanta if you're there one year to get back and to, keep having these opportunities. So it's a tournament where Schauffele is going to have to keep earning his way in, but when he does, he's probably going to be in the mix, Doug Bell.
Yeah, I love the X-Man. And I like talking to his dad, too. Very interesting fella. He's Xander's mental coach. And Justin Thomas now looking for his first birdie in the second 9 here at 13 down in the valley. This will be an uphill approach. 126 yards, and the hole cut just 5 paces from the front edge, 4 from the left. I mean, these hole locations are tough. JT sends that wedge way up into the brilliant blue sky, lands behind the hole, and does come back down that slope ever so slightly, and still trickling down the slope. That's a good shot, 10 feet or so for Justin Thomas, looking to get to 18 under par.
Again, a great shot, but because it's front left, you can't get below the hole easily. He'll have a good putt, but again, it's one you've got to be a little bit defensive on, or very careful, I should say.
So Dustin Johnson still looking to close things out. Would be his first win at the Tour Championship, first FedEx Cup title, and now he's still trying to hold off a defending, a former champion, Xander Schauffele, and a former FedEx Cup champ. And Justin Thomas, really the guy's putting the heat on him here on Monday.
It's true. Starting with a 5-shot lead, I think a lot of the experts said you can't just go out and shoot even par 1 under and think that they're going to give you the tournament. It could have happened, but clearly that's not what these chasers are doing. Thomas 3 under, Schauffele 3 under, Morikawa 3 under. Even a Scotty Scheffler is not going to be able to get there. He's 4 under. There's a lot of good scores coming from behind him. Guys are trying to chase him down, and he's going to have to earn this.
And still coming up, toughest hole of the day and of the week, that long par 4 at 14. It's 535 today. Toughest hole again. And then 15, the par 3, with all that water potentially coming into play. That's where we've had the only double bogey in the back 9. Joaquin Niemann hit one in the water. So there's a lot of places where we can have some big swings here coming in. And then the par 5 to finish, Bill.
Dustin Johnson now 24 feet for birdie here at number 12. Pulls the left arm across to anchor the right. Make sure the shoulders are square. This will move to his right, and you got to be worried about the speed here. Down the slope it goes. Picking up speed. He already stood up. That's going to miss it on the low side on the right, and that's going to stretch out again. Well, that would be 6 feet. 6 or 7 feet away for DJ. That's for par here at number 12.
That's one of those putts that was breaking hard left to right and so fast. You've got it so easy. It's almost like the ball just slips off the putter to the right. If you hit it hard enough to get it on the line and it misses, it's going to go 10 feet by.
And you got to keep making those, and they're not easy to make. DJ being tested again, Doug Bell.
John Rahm